Hi guys, Mercy Gaines here. First of all, I want to say sorry for this, how shitty this webcam is. It's on my old laptop. I have nothing better to use, so sorry. So today I decided to redo my Q&A video because the first one I did had no sound, so love that for me. So today we're going to do a nice Q&A video. So first we're going to start it off. What is my name? My name is Nicole, but I go by Mercy. Please always call me Mercy. Because through years of all my friends calling me Mercy, I've grown accustomed to it. So like hearing my real name kind of goes, oh yeah, that is my name. So second question will be my age. I am currently 24. I'll be 25 at the end of this month. So yay, I guess. Location, all I say is I live in New York. New York is a vast place of many different places, so New York. Do I have any siblings? I have 2 siblings. I have an older sister and a younger sister. Let me try to think of any other basic questions. I think those are the most basic questions. So I have 2 questions that come from my friends from Twitter. So the first question is from Melanie, and she wants to know if there was one thing I could change in my life, what would it be? And I think the one thing I would change is, I think, the money situation that I am in. I'm not saying I want more money because I just want to be rich. I'm saying it because I am currently in debt. So I want to be able to pay off that debt, be able to pay off my father because he was the reason I was able to buy my car. So I want to be able to give him the money back. So like I want to work, like have like more financial stability. Like I work in retail and they don't really give me much hours, so I really don't make a lot. Like I have bills I need to pay. I have car insurance, I have credit card bills, I have to pay back my father, I have to pay back my little sister, she's giving me money. So I think that's the one thing that if I wish I could change. I just wish I could live comfortably, because right now, like I said, I'm 24 and I still live at home, which, you know, isn't the best ideal for somebody of my age. And with the way I work, it's unfortunately, like, I don't think I'd ever move out anytime soon. So, like, that's the one thing I wish I could change in my life. It's just to be able to live comfortably in my life. To be able to not worry if I can buy myself something to eat or if I can get gas in my car. So, just that. The other question comes from one of my best friends, Caitlin. It is, if I had 3 wishes, what are the 3 selfish wishes? And if I had another 3, what are the most humane wishes? So, my wishes for selfish, I can only really think about 2, because right now I am good with comfortable with my life. The only thing, again, is the money. So the first thing I would change is, you guessed it, money. Again, same thing as the previous question before. I just wanted so I can be able to live comfortably. I can pay off my bills, pay off my debt, and just finally not have to worry that, oh, I only have $10 for me because everything else has to go to bills. And so that's my first wish. My second wish would be just be able to lose weight without really having to do anything, because I am a very lazy person, and just having to actually work out by myself is just, I need somebody there with me, and I don't have anybody. So like, I started working out in the beginning of March, I think it was, and I worked out for maybe 2 days and that was it. So I think that's the one thing, is just be able to lose weight without having to really do anything, which I know doesn't work. So those are the only 2 selfish wishes I can think of, because I really don't need anything, like really selfish. So we'll go into the more humane question, 3 wishes. My first wish would be, oh, I had it and everything, what was it? I'll just go with the one of them that I do remember. It would be more of wildlife prevention. Well, prevention. To be able to save all the wildlife that are unfortunately captured, you know, in aquariums, in zoos. Like, I understand, like, they've been in captivity their whole life, so they wouldn't be able to live in the wild to begin with. But, like, to make sure like that never happens to another, like, let's say like another tiger, another lion. Like, it would be more into wildlife. The second wish would be for homeless shelters slash women shelters. So like I would want to be able to actually like make more homeless shelters to where it's actually, because like you always hear like all this shit things about what happens. Like I want like a more, I guess, a better version of what we have currently in our lives. So something to be a lot more helpful to homeless people and to women who are currently getting either emotionally or physically abused. So stuff like that. So like I guess I would say kind of stuck them in together, which is because they're both helping and supporting and giving a home to those in need. So that's the only reason I would really put them together, even though they're two different things. But that's my second wish. And my third wish would be able to help third world countries, to give them the resources they need to thrive, to be able to live, to just be able to give like the resources to people who need food, housing, medical, and all that. Just like to be able to help the third world countries be able to live their lives and to be like more, be able to live freely, not freely, but like be able to live without having to worry if they have clean water, if they have food supplies, if they have clean medical supplies, clothing supplies, stuff to keep them away from the outdoors, stuff like that. So those are my three humane wishes. It would be for third world countries, homeless women shelters, and wildlife. And then these are just random questions that I found online. Just random questions. Like one, if I could bring one person back from the dead, who would I pick? I would currently pick Vincent Van Gogh, because I was just watching a BuzzFeed Unsolved thing about it. So he's fresh in my mind. I want to be able to let him know what he's done with the world, that he's not the failure that he thought he was, that he wasn't really, I guess, not great, because he is one of the most well-known artists that is currently around. You know, he has this whole museum dedicated just to him, and a lot of people like, recreate his artwork. Like I had my sister recreate the Starry Night from him, and she gave it to me as a gift. So like I always want him to know how well he's actually done, that he's successful, that he's not some, what was he, like 30 or up years old when he passed, that he actually, his art meant something, and that it was actually really good, because, you know, at the time he was depressed thinking he was holding his brother back, but in reality, like years later, here he is, one of the most well-known artists known to man. So I would want him to be able to know that he is actually successful in his art career. And also I wanted to know if like he actually did kill himself, or was he killed himself, because that is a theory that he was killed and he just was protecting whoever did it. So I think it would be Vincent Van Gogh, because I just want him to know how successful he was actually in life. I have to go back on my phone to remember the other questions. I have to find it. I remember one. If say my loved one or a family member was drowning and I can only save one. I remember that was a question. And the answer was I wasn't going to do my boyfriend because we just started dating, so of course I'm going to pick a family member. Like, obviously, I'm sorry, Josh, but I've already told you this, but I'd pick somebody from my family because it's not that deep. I would just pick a family member. So the twist that I put on it was if it was my mother or my little sister. Now, those are the two main people in my family, in my life currently. Like, I do know my, like, obviously my older sister and my father, but I'm more close with my mother and my little sister. So if I had to choose between to save my mother or my sister, I would choose my mother. And I know that, like, it sucked because obviously my little sister would drown and she would die, and I would be extremely sad because she is pretty much everything to me. But I know for a fact, and I've said this to her, asked her if I was right or not. She would tell me, save mom, no matter what. Even if she would pass, she would say, choose mom. So I would choose my mother. But also, my mom doesn't know how to swim, so first of all, why is she in the water to begin with? But the other thing I would say, if I got to save both of them, but I would drown instead, I would save both of them, and I would honestly give my life up for both of my mother and my little sister to live. Because, yeah. There's that. Sorry, I'm so unprepared. I thought I remembered most of the questions, but I don't, because I'm really stupid. And I'm sorry that you can probably hear my dog whining. She does that a lot. Are you a drama queen or a king? I am 100% a drama queen. I thrive on drama. Just kidding, I really don't. Like, when it's not my drama, oh yeah. But if it's me, I am not a confrontational person. I always say, like, I want to fight and everything, but I can't fight. I've never been into a physical fight. I can yell, like, a lot. Like, I can yell at you, and I can get into a argument with you. Like, yeah, I could do that. Which, I'm not really a drama queen. I'm just talking about drama itself. But yeah. Yes, I am a drama queen. Big time. What is this question? Okay, this is obviously a question I didn't do before, but ever stolen a street sign before? How many people do that? How many people in their lives have stolen a street sign that it had to be a question? Like, that's my question. I'm sorry. I am really bad at questions, so I have to go through on my phone on tap. You can't even see, this is a shitty webcam, but yeah, so I just have to go through my phone to find questions, so I'm sorry for the awkward silences. Hopefully I can cut that out because I'm bad at editing. When's the last time you cried? I remember that. The last time I cried was the first, a couple days ago. I was making this video before, but it didn't have sound, and I was talking to my sister about one of the questions, and I started crying, you know. I was about to cry, so it's not really a full-on cry, but, like, it got emotional. So, it got real emotional, and it may happen again when I talk about that certain question. But that's the last time I cried, but full-on cried was when I saw Endgame. I'm not gonna spoil it, but I cried. I mean, it's been out for a while. Well, not for a while, but a couple weeks. But again, some people may have not seen it, so I'm not gonna say anything. I don't want to be that one person that spoils it. Live with heartbreaks or no love at all? I would definitely live with heartbreaks because that's how you live and you learn. So, like, you can never love if you've never... What was that? What is that saying? You can never... love? Some shit like that. So, I would rather live with heartbreak even though it does suck and everything and you get really down. But... I would rather live with heartbreak because that's how you grow as a person. That's how you learn and everything. So I'd rather heartbreak because you grow up through that heartbreak. Oh, I remember this. Are you always nice to people and do you expect something in return? I'm gonna say I'm not always nice to people. I'm really not. I'm quite a bitch. But I am nice to people who are nice to me, and the only thing I expect back from other people is them be nice back to me. So if I'm nice to you, you have to be nice to me. That's the rules. I don't make the rules. That's just basic common courtesy. So yeah. The one thing I expect back is you just be nice. I don't expect any like thank yous or anything, but as long as you're nice to me, I'm gonna be nice to you. I have no reason to be mean or anything if you're nice to me. So yeah, I'm not always nice. A lot of people think I am, but I'm really not. You should see me at work. I'm a bitch. I'm a big bitch. Apart from a romantic love, when was the last time you told somebody you loved them? What did they mean to you? So I'm going to say the last two people because they're both interchangeable. The last two people I've said I love you to is my mother and my sister, because obviously it's my mom and my sister. I always, whenever I leave for work or I go anywhere and I tell Kat, like, hey, I'm leaving, I always go, hey, love you. And, you know, that's just the thing. You always want to make sure you say I love you to somebody, especially when you're leaving, because you never know what's going to happen. And like, you can get into a car accident, you can be hit by a car or anything, especially in this crazy world. So I always say I love you if I'm leaving my house, like with my sister. And before I visit my mom at work, and I was like, hey, I'm leaving, love you. So that's what they mean to me. They're my family, so obviously I'm gonna love them. If you are to give your money to charity, who would you donate to? Homeless people organization or a children's home? I would definitely do a children's home because they are very young. They obviously can't make any money. I mean, if you're homeless, yes, something may have happened, but you're also more likely a teen or adult, so you could get hired and you could find a job. Again, that's not always the case, but children, like a 5-year-old, they can't work. They're 5. They're too young, so either way they can't work. But like, again, if I was doing a cheating way, obviously I would do split. I would do, half 50 homeless people, 50% children. But obviously I can't do that because that is the easy way out. So I would definitely do children, even though I understand like something in your life does happen to make you homeless and everything. There was one time in my life where I was almost homeless. My dad kicked me out of the house, but that luckily didn't happen, so I haven't been homeless, so I can't say through fact or knowledge of what happens to homeless or whatever, but unfortunately I would say children. They're still very young and they can't protect themselves, they can't fend for themselves, so like, either way it is interchangeable, but definitely children. Okay, let's keep going. Oh, your best friend just confessed to having feelings for you and you want to be more than usual friends. He or she loves you. What will you say? Do or say. So, again, I'm going to use one of my best friends, Caitlin. Honestly, I love Caitlin. Like, she's, again, one of my best friends. But once I am friends with somebody, I don't see them as a romantic interest. Like, we're friends. I know a lot about you, you know a lot about me, which again is kind of good because you don't have to go through that trying to find out each other. But as soon as I see somebody as a friend, I can't see them as somebody I would want to date. So, sorry, Caitlin, even though I know you're straight and have a boyfriend, I'm sorry that I don't want to date you. I love you though. You're in an emergency situation, for example, a burning building. You have a chance to make a single phone call. Who will you call? What will you tell them? So, the person that I am going to answer to would call is my sister. But my sister does have a habit of not answering the phone. So, you can kind of see my issue there. But I would call my sister because she's always home. I know that. She doesn't do anything. I would call my sister, and especially depending on the time, I'd just be like, hey, grab mom real quick. I'm about to die. There's that. Sorry. I love you both very much. And please don't be sad, even though I know they're going to be sad no matter what. Like, Everybody's gonna be sad no matter what. But I would want to be able to tell them that I loved them last time. And now I'm getting emotional. Another thing, I'm a very emotional person. So this is the question that made me almost cry last time. So this is it. You receive news from your doctor that your condition is worsening and you only have 1 week to live. Will you reveal to anyone or everyone you are about to die? What will you do in your last days? Would you be afraid? So, if I start crying, I'm sorry. Emotional person. So, if I say I had cancer, if I found out I only had 1 week to live, of course I'm going to tell everybody, because I think one of the worst ways for your family members for you to go is to not know at all. Just to one day wake up and you're gone. Not be able to say goodbye, not to be able to tell you we love you. So I think that's one of the worst ways that could happen. Like, I share it with my sister. Like, imagine I never told my sister and she woke up one day and I'm in my bed dead. That would be horrible. She would be scarred for life. So I would rather tell everybody, to be like, hey guys, you know, this sucks, but this is what's gonna happen. What will I do in my last days? I'm just gonna spend time with, you know, my loved ones, my friends, my family. Just be able to be with them and be able to say my final goodbyes and have closure. And will you be afraid? Of course I'm gonna be afraid. There's not one single person who can tell you they're not afraid of death. They might say it to be like, oh yeah, I'm all tough, I'm all afraid of death. I don't know why I started speaking Southern. But of course, nobody truly wants to. Nobody truly wants to die, but of course I'm gonna be afraid. I mean, one of like my worst fears is death. Like, kind of, I guess, a normal fear. So yeah, of course I'm gonna be afraid, even though, excuse me, I am made my peace and everything. It's, you know, it would suck to go to bed, because if I'm saying I have cancer, I might die in my sleep. Just to go to bed and never wake up, that scares me. Just thinking about it scares me. So like, I honestly, of course I would be afraid. I don't see why anybody else wouldn't. I'm getting emotional now. Okay, we're gonna move on. Oh, well, that seems to be all the questions, so we're gonna try and find one more, and then, oh, I know one. This is just a shameless plug to talk about one of my favorite people, but I'm gonna ask one question. Who is your favorite streamer? Well, I'm glad you asked. My favorite streamer of all time is Back Off My Jenks, or as he's on just his thing, it's just Jenks. Jenks. I talk about him a lot. He is one of the most amazing people. He is so sweet, and I love him so much. So my favorite streamer is definitely Jenks. He's really up there. Like, if I get any chance to talk about Jenks, I will. He is one of the most nicest people I've ever been able to talk to. Sorry, I'm adjusting my laptop. One of the nice people I've got to talk to. I've made so many friends through him. I met Caitlin, one of my best friends, through him. I've met Tiare. I've met Mora, which when I asked about Twitter Q&As, they're both like, why are you so cute? Why are you so precious? Like, I just love those people. Like, I met Cells, I met Alex, I met Sakin. Like, I've met so many people because of him. And he's just honestly such a great person to talk to. Like, he's always there for you. I remember once, recently, I had to go to the hospital with my mother, and then he started streaming, so I was like, oh, you know, I'm so glad. And he was like, oh, I'm so sorry. Like, I'm glad everything's okay. He's just, like, one of the most caring and sweetest people that I've honestly been able to talk to. Like, he's honestly just so amazing, and I love him so much. So if you're watching this, you're probably from him. Hey, it's me. That was so cringy. I'm so sorry that I've done that. I can't believe you've done this. Sorry. Oh, I guess I have another question. This is just a little side question. But yeah, my favorite streamer of all times is Back Off My Jenks on YouTube. It says YouTube, you know. And then Jenks on Twitter, on Twitch. And I just love that man with all my heart. He is one of the greatest people I've gotten to experience, got to know. I'm so lucky to know him. I would say call him my friend. I'm gonna call him my friend. Jenks is my BFF. Jenks is my real true BFF. But yeah, he is one of the most greatest people I've ever got to know. So, Jenks. So if you haven't seen him, which you probably have, because most of my followers are from him, please go give him a look into. Like I said, he is one of the most sweetest man I've ever known. And then my last question is, what is my favorite Vine? We'll go with that. My favorite Vine of all time is the Give Me Back My Hat Back Jordan. Hold on, I'll play it. Do you want to see Do you want to see Uncle Cracker or not? Hold on. Hold on, I got it.
Talking about boys, want to see Uncle Cracker? Give him that back, Jordan. Do you want to go see Uncle Cracker now?
I just love that video so much. It's one of my favorite Vines. So yeah, that's my favorite Vine. So comment down below, you know, what is your favorite Vine? And yeah, so thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. You're all such big cuties. And I will do what I always say at the end of my stream. So, as my favorite hero would say, ma'am, are you good? As my favorite hero would say, heroes never die. Ew, I hate that laugh. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Love you all so much, and goodbye.